What's up, beautiful bosses, and welcome back. Today I'm actually here to talk to you about my top 5 secrets on how to manifest a successful calligraphy business that's actually building you wealth so that you can design the life that you deserve. What's up? My name is Rosie, and I'm the calligrapher behind Wandercrafter and the creator and the coach of the Craft Academy. I'm going to call myself your calligraphy biz bestie because I'm bringing you all the helpful tips to help you actually build a business that's generating 5-figure months. If you haven't already, make sure that you subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss any videos coming up. Number 1 is to surround yourself with people who are bigger, better, and smarter than you. So here's the thing. You actually need people who are in your life that are further along than you, people who actually have a bigger vision to help you spark your own bigger vision, and people who are ultimately just more experienced. Once you actually get exposed to these higher levels of operation, you'll know that it's no longer just a dream and that it is possible for you to actually have a successful business that's generating consistent wealth. Simply put, if you are the smartest person in the room, then your group is really too small and you're going to continue to struggle growing. So let's take a step back. How will you know that it's possible to actually send a $20,000 or even $30,000 invoice if you don't have proof that it's happened before? I've had so many of my students send out 5-figure invoices, and literally it is the most inspiring thing that I have ever experienced. The second thing is to, instead of seeing a price tag as a cost, actually see it as an investment. And here's why. You actually want to think to yourself, rather than thinking, how much is this going to cost me? Actually start thinking to yourself, how much money will this make me? And, I used to think like this literally all the time. I was super stubborn and wanted to figure out my business on my own because, come on, I'm a pharmacist. Let's go. But in pharmacy school, you don't really learn about business and how to operate a business, right? So 2 years into my business, I finally caved and invested in my very first program, which was $500. And back then, I wasn't making any money. So $500 was a lot. Like, it was a lot to me, and it was coming out of my pharmacist salary, essentially, because I wasn't really making that much. That course was probably one of the best investments I have ever made in my entire life. So since then, I've actually invested about $30,000 into my business and my coach and all the courses that I've had. But I can say that with 100% confidence that every single investment that I've made has actually paid back exponentially. So it's made my business grow over and over and over and over again. So trust me when I say the investment's going to pay back tenfold for you if you do it over the long run, because you don't have to start from scratch every single time. You don't have to reinvent the wheel if the wheel has already been made. It's laid out for you. And having those mentors in your life who are living the life that you want and actually doing the thing that you want to do, you can actually shortcut all of the time that it takes to get there, because you don't have to build that business from scratch anymore. And simply by investing in someone who knows what the heck they're doing, it's going to save you so much time and so much heartache and so much money at the end of the day. And in the long run, I promise you. So think about things more of like an investment rather than a cost. So number 3 is actually always having a beginner or a scientist mindset. And here's why. If you've been following me for a while, you know that I used to be a pharmacist. I was a full-time pharmacist who ended up getting super burnt out from the industry and decided to go 100% into my calligraphy business last year. I actually like to go back to the roots of where everything started. This was when I was fresh out of pharmacy school, where I had zero real-life pharmacist experience, where I was a beginner calligrapher and didn't really know what I was doing, but just had so much passion and energy for it. And, I literally had no idea what the heck I was doing back then, but I was so excited to figure it out, and I did everything possible to make sure that it was happening. And that curiosity and excitement has actually been super essential to my success as a calligraphy business owner, because every single week I put in time and energy into researching what's new in the industry, what do calligraphy business owners need, and how can I help elevate the industry with what I'm doing today. And on top of that, I have 80 plus students who are also living their calligraphy business lives and giving me feedback every day so that I can actually take those lessons and put it into the program so that it is as rigorous as possible. And if it's something that I think will help elevate my calligraphy business, I will try to implement those as well. So I'm always learning, always growing, trying to take information and data from anywhere I can. I'm like pulling it out of thin air. I'm doing all the research. I'm reaching out to calligraphers all the time. And that actually helps me grow and continue to be a calligrapher who is trying to innovate and push the industry into a more positive direction. All right, guys, so here comes number 4. Instead of saying, I can't really afford this, actually say, how can I afford this? You know, if you tell yourself that you can't afford a Dior lipstick or a Fendi purse, you're actually convincing yourself that you can't and never will be able to afford it and that you don't deserve it in the future. But if you can reframe it, you know, the brain is actually very, very powerful. And if you keep thinking small, you will continue to do small. If you can actually expand your brain and open up your potential, your brain is actually going to help you figure it out and make bigger things happen for you. So you don't even have to do that much work. You just have to think that you can do it. And here's my favorite example of this. Back in 2019, my mental headspace was an absolute disaster. And of course, my business was an absolute disaster too. Because I started to think, this was 2 years out of pharmacy school, and I started to think to myself, maybe I can take this full time. Like, let's see where it goes. Like, let's see if the business grows, and let's see if it's making a full-time income. Let's see if it can replace my pharmacist salary. But it doesn't actually work that way. Things don't magically happen just because you want it or half wish it to be so. Instead, I actually set my mind to it and ask myself, how can I make this a full-time gig? And that's when this was beginning of 2021. I was really starting to get that burnout feeling, and it got to a point where it was like now or never. And if I didn't figure out a way for this to happen, it would never happen for me. And it took me 3 really long years to figure that out for myself. So I think that tip in itself is going to help you figure your own journey out as well, and hopefully be able to reframe your thinking. All right, guys, so we made it to our 5th and final manifestation secret, and that is figuring out your why. And really just imagining the bigger impact that you will have on the world with your calligraphy and what you can do with your calligraphy business. It makes a world of a difference, because if you don't know your why and your reason behind your calligraphy and your calligraphy business, your business might not last through some of the more tough times in the roller coaster of entrepreneurship. And if you're really doing it just for the money, I truly believe that your business will deflate eventually, and it's not going to last long and become a legacy business. And believe me, I know money is great, and it certainly doesn't buy happiness, but it does make happiness easier to achieve. But it's really not the solution for everything, because entrepreneurship is really hard. And that's kind of the ugly truth behind it. Because during the months that you're not hitting your goals and you're not booking those dream clients, that's the downturn of a roller coaster of entrepreneurship. The thing that's going to motivate you when you are on that roller coaster and hitting the downturn, the thing that's going to help you go back up again is your passion and your bigger reason why, and having that drive to accelerate back up to where you are high again. In my first 3 years of my calligraphy business, I had everything. I had cake toppers, banners, acrylic signs, wood signs, digital designs, fonts, engravings, paintings, all the 9 yards of calligraphy. And the reason why I did that is because I just wanted to make money to pay off my loans. I saw things on Instagram and Google and saw how successful it was, and I just tried to essentially copycat. I didn't have a purpose. I didn't have a why, essentially, in why I wanted to create this calligraphy business. And it wasn't until I found my passion for hand engraving and creating these memorabilias for people and just creating an awesome experience in these stores that I started to finally realize why I wanted to have this calligraphy business. And then I even took that one step further and created the Craft Academy, because I also felt an immense fulfillment in coaching people how to reach those financial goals and how to work with those ideal clients and build these amazing calligraphy businesses that afford them time with their loved ones and their families and giving them the freedom that they want out of their own business. Whew, so that was a little longer than I thought it was going to be, and I'm actually really sweaty because I'm in a sweater and I'm in Southern California, and I definitely thought it was going to be cooler today. So if I'm sweating right now and you can see it, please don't judge. But I hope this video brought you so much clarity, because when I figured out these secrets, that's the moment of truth of when my business really started to take off in both sides, the coaching and with the live event side. And it really does, like, I feel like I cracked the code when I figured out these 5 secrets, and I'm sharing it with you, and hopefully this helped you in some way, shape, or form. And if it did, please comment down below what was your favorite secret and which one are you going to start implementing in your business today. And if this video resonated with you and you want to learn more about how to create this calligraphy business, definitely book a call with me. I will link that down below as well. And let's chat about what you want to do with your calligraphy business and what you're really struggling with. Like I said, I love doing research. So even if you don't enroll in the program, I still want to talk to you because I know I can learn from you. Until next time, happy engraving, everyone. Bye.